And our fourth main topic today gets submitted to us by Darren Dobek, who writes, "Hey, John and Rob. I know Rob is very excited about Moon Knight, and we've known for a long time now that Oscar Isaac is going to be playing the main role. But I didn't realize it wasn't actually official until today. I just read that Marvel has finally officially announced that Isaac is playing the title character. Does the delay mean that Oscar's role was in doubt? Why so late in making it official?" All right, thanks a lot for saying that in, Darren. And yeah, you want to talk about the worst kept secret in Hollywood? Oscar Isaac is going to be Moon Knight. We've known about it for months. We have talked about it for months. As a matter of fact, we've known about it and talked about it for so long, I think all of us, admittedly, me included, have just assumed that it had already been made official. But as Variety is pointing out, it really hadn't been official until now. This comes to us from the folks over there at Variety who write, 7 months after Variety first broke the news that Isaac was in talks to star in Marvel's Studios' upcoming Disney series Moon Knight, Marvel has finally confirmed that the 42-year-old actor will headline the project. Naturally, Marvel did so via a tweet that reads, "We are Moon Knight, Oscar Isaac." A sly tip of the hat to the fact that Isaac's character, elite soldier and mercenary Mark Spector, has multiple distinctive personalities. I know Rob's going to love that part. Anyway, which he develops after he becomes the embodiment of, I always mispronounce this, Khonshu, the Egyptian god of the moon. All right, that comes to us again from Variety. In asking the question, okay, we've known about it for so long, we've talked about it for so long, why did it take so long for them to actually finally come out and just officially make it official? There could be a couple of reasons involved, and everything we're about to say is pure speculation. So let's speculate for a minute. One thing is that, yeah, they in principle had an agreement, but I suspect there may have been some details that they were hung up on that they had to still work out. I mean, obviously, Rob, Oscar Isaac has been putting out social media posts about him working out, getting in shape for Moon Knight. I mean, so clearly
Right.
he's believed for a long time that he's doing it. But I think, Marvel is always a little bit more apprehensive about jumping the gun. Like other studios will, hey, as soon as they're talking about a movie project, they make official announcements. Marvel plays it a little bit more closer to the vest. And so they wanted to make sure every I was dotted, every T was crossed, everything is 100% finalized so they don't get egg on their face. Because listen, Marvel has had egg on their face before. Hey, everybody, Edgar Wright's directing Ant-Man. Oops. It turned out fine anyway, but still, oops. That happens. It happens even more to other studios, but they like to play a little closer to the vest. So, Rob, the only theory I have right now as to why is this only becoming official news now is because I have a feeling that while they agreed in principle and they knew they were moving forward, there were probably a few details, like nagging details hanging in there that they were still trying to hammer out. That's my only guess. Anyway, Rob, couple things. First, tell me why you think it took so long for this to become official news. And then let me know how you're feeling about the announcement, about Isaac. Where are you at right now with Moon Knight? How would you address that?
Well, first of all, I think people need to understand that before anybody announces anything officially in terms of who's doing what and what film, you got to wait for the contracts to be the I's dotted, the T's crossed. And it's one thing, like we always hear about, they've begun talks or whatever. Those talks can take up to a year, depending on hammering out the details. Now, yes, we've heard that a long time ago that he was cast in the role, but maybe Disney and Oscar Isaac's people in Disney, the contracts weren't signed. Everything wasn't fixed, and they're waiting because, they can always fall apart at the 11th hour. Nobody wants to announce. I think it's actually a good thing. No one wants to announce anything until it's actually real, until the contracts are signed, the ink is dry, and we're moving forward. Now, that doesn't mean they weren't moving forward. It just means that everything that they needed to be in place before they announced it officially hadn't come to pass. And this is par for the course. We're just starting to hear more and more about these pending deals way beforehand. We didn't used to hear that, but now we are. So I think it was not a big deal. I just think it just took a while. But the thing is, because Oscar Isaac has to do, as anybody does in these Marvel roles, has to begin training. You can't just, well, he's signed, we're shooting in 2 weeks. This takes a long time. So
Yeah.
to get in Mark Spector Moon Knight shape, I mean, I'm sure he had to start 6 months in advance. So they knew that this was going to happen. It was probably a done deal, but he had to start training in advance before, and they took that time to make the deal finalized. And so that doesn't surprise me. It's good that it is finalized, which means I think we're a lot further along into the process, and I'll bet production begins very, very soon, which is pretty great. And also, I think that they also wanted to get everybody else, whoever else is in the show, all those ducks in a row.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
We're going to hear about who else who's going to play Frenchie, if there's Frenchie, who's going to play Marlene. I don't know. Are they going to have Frenchie and Marlene? I have no idea. I don't know who the villains are going to be, so I bet they wanted to get all of that worked out before anything was officially announced. So but that said, I'm so excited. I can't wait. I mean, look, my favorite iteration of Moon Knight, the iteration I fell in love with, was the original run of the comic that was written by Doug Mensch, who was my favorite writer on Master of Kung Fu, which is where Shang-Chi comes from. And then also, I love Bill Sienkiewicz's art. It's really what got me into comic book reading again, and watching his transition in those first 30 issues of Moon Knight was a really exciting thing for me. And I know they've kind of moved away from that iteration of Moon Knight, but that said, I cannot wait to see Moon Knight brought to life.
And you have been, I still remember, Rob, I was at D23. I was there in the audience at the Anaheim Convention Center when Kevin Feige took the stage and was rolling off these announcements. We're going to have a Ms. Marvel show. We're going to have a She-Hulk show. We've got Hawkeye coming. And then he said Moon Knight. And I was doing some live tweeting from there as well. And as soon as he said Moon Knight, I'm like, somewhere right now in this great world of ours, Robert Meyer Burnett is splooshing all over everything. And my Twitter feed started filling up with, oh my God, Rob's going to be happy. And that's all I thought about. And so I just cannot wait for this thing to come out. Because I know you've been excited about it. And all the way back to like our original AMC Heroes videos, you talking Moon Knight, and finally it's coming, and now they got it officially locked in. It is Oscar Isaac. Question is for you guys. What do you think about this? Finally, they're making it official. It is indeed Oscar Isaac, even though we've known this for a long time, but apparently now it's 100% done deal. How are you guys feeling about it right now? Jump on down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Okay, guys.